on GMFB. Get in here. Jamie Manti, Willie, Kyle, Isaac at the table. Kyle, I'm working right now with my oldest kid about, just some of those children's story times that you tell them, life lessons. And the boy who cried wolf is a really important one. I fear every week you are the boy who cried wolf with the angry runs, and it's the most important one, and it's the most interesting one, and it's so funny, and it's so loaded. But then you've delivered, honestly, every single week recently. So you just set the bar again. You set the standard, my friend. So I can't wait to look forward to whatever is to come here in Angry Runs this hour.
In the children's literature, it's more like the giving tree. I just keep giving your whole life, more and more. And by the end, I'll give you a place to sit down.
Yes.
Guys, you know what was giving right now? The Aaron Rodgers primetime cold weather experience took off last night. We've been watching this, I feel like, since I was in high school, and we're watching it again. Here he comes. Dark jerseys in the cold in Pittsburgh. There's Mike McDaniel, one flap down. Now, the Dolphins have quietly won out. Steelers still lead 21-3. Flyer move. Flyer move. Flyer move. Right up the middle. That's 22 yards. Rodgers, by the way, 23 of 27. And here's a toss to Jonnu Smith. That's a tight end. Get home. On. Get home. God, Jonnu Smith is such a good athlete. When you find ways to use him right, he is such a weapon.
Lost.
McDaniel, flummox. Tomlin. Fire this. Oh, that guy's got the Tomlin we trust sign now. Where was that sign a few weeks ago?
Oh, it wasn't there.
No way. Rodgers, smiling, grinning, hugging, all the vibes positive for the Steelers. First place in the division, have that lead on Baltimore, 28-15 on the strength of a great second half. And afterwards, we're going to hear from Tua, but also of Aaron Rodgers, starting to look a little magical again.
It's been a while since stuff like this. Nothing changes. It's just, I feel real comfortable in this environment. Obviously, the crowd was really good tonight, but I feel comfortable in the cold weather, and I've always been able to throw pretty good in the cold over the years in Green Bay, and it can be an advantage if you embrace it.
Pretty disappointed in myself with how ready I got our receiver core in terms of operation, in terms of guys knowing where to line, in terms of the communication when it comes to personnel, and that's something I harp to those guys when we're in our own player-led meetings. And I kind of felt like I let our guys down on that aspect.
All right, here we go. The Dolphins are not only out of the uncomfortable 6-7 record, but they are also off the screen for the AFC playoff picture. Just two teams remain in the lurking column on the right side with the Colts and the Ravens. And the Steelers now atop the AFC North discussion with the Ravens nipping at their heels. The Ravens right now, the Steelers right now in the 4th seed. They would be hosting, if it were today, the LA Chargers, who again might be slapped in the face as well with that cold weather. Oh, that looked frigid out there last night. Willie, did you miss it? Did you miss it, Willie? Steelers, Dolphins in Pittsburgh?
No, I didn't. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed that they win. It felt good. It felt good to see Aaron Rodgers and the boys cook. But I thought the X factor was Kenneth Gainwell, man. I thought he solved all three problems for the Steelers offense. You talk about tempo, matchup, and the pass protection. He was great. He had 126 yards from the line of scrimmage, and he ate up all the easy yards. As far as matchups, man, the Steelers were able to isolate him, man, and it was a mismatch nightmare for the linebackers and safeties of the Dolphins. And I thought from a pass pro standpoint, he was solid, man. He put his face in the fan multiple times, which allowed Aaron Rodgers to really pretty much dink and dunk. And what we saw from the Steelers, man, they just constantly built momentum. They constantly leaned on the Dolphins. And we saw Gainwell time after time do all the right things with the football in his hands. And so I like the way the Steelers look. I loved Aaron Rodgers. He looked like he was under control. He didn't look as frustrated. He didn't look as old. He looked like Aaron Rodgers is primed for January. Congratulations on the win, Steelers.
I don't know if you guys heard what Willie said. The face in the fan phrase as a player, by the way, was one of my most favorite phrases. It's just, there's no better depiction of just tough football. Willie, you talked about X factors. I think there were two X factors last night. One was the weather, 17 degrees with the Miami Dolphins team that really, it was make or break, right? And I think it's just the old classic. Everybody has a plan until they get hit in the mouth. Yeah, the 4-game win streak. They got hit in the mouth by 17 degrees and the Steelers. The second X factor, which I just mentioned, is The Steelers are playing a physical brand of football. Like, pack your big boy pads when you go and play them. Look at this play. I mean, everybody's seen it. The DK Metcalf, get off of me. He's already a mismatch, just a walking mismatch. But just the physical intensity that he plays with is so impressive. And then Cam Hayward. This is a guy that in the offseason was like, pay me more. I need to be here. He deserves it because he changes the brand of football they play. And then, you know, this show obviously loves Darnell Washington. I mean, he is nonstop bullying people. Never show my highlights against him because he bullied me, I will admit publicly. But they're playing a brand of football that's important at this time of the year, and it's the cold weather. Rodgers just said it. They're built for this. So
you've been personally victimized by Darnell Washington, Isaac?
Again.
Careful, I go to the archives, bro.
I asked nicely.
Block is gonna pop up. I'm telling you.
Just never show it. How about that? He's a O lineman that's playing tight end. It's a mismatch. I'm sorry. My God forbid he's a great blocker.
We just want to make sure we heard you right. We just want to make sure we got it. We got it.
Yeah, well, we're talking about brands on this show, and it looked like the Steelers are back to the brand of football that they've been running. They're also running a brand of football, and to Willie's point, he said that Aaron Rodgers isn't looking as frustrated, and I think a lot of that has to do with Aaron is starting to blend in his brand of football. 2 weeks ago in that blowout loss against the Bills, I watched in the no-huddle situation, and Willie understands this, with those OG quarterbacks, that is Aaron Rodgers, that is Phillip Rivers, and all of those guys. When they go into this no-huddle offense, that's their offense. That's the offense that Aaron Rodgers is used to running. He runs it at the cadence he runs it at the methods he likes to run it all of these years that he's played football. Last night was the most 11 personnel I've ever seen the Steelers run. In the first 14 weeks of the season, they only ran 11 personnel 34% of the time. Last night, they ran it 53% of the time. This is Aaron Rodgers starting to implement the game that he likes to run. And by the way, the first passing touchdown he threw to was his former teammate, an MVS. This is Aaron starting to implement his offense, but still staying true to the Pittsburgh hard-nosed physical brand of football that we've been accustomed to seeing. So I was happy to see that. It's been good to see the melding of these two offenses coming together. It's Arthur Smith, that multiple tight end, physical brand of football, and then the Aaron Rodgers finesse 11 personnel come together, and then we got to see it at its best last night. KB.
Well, what we saw last night was that's the most comfortable Aaron Rodgers has looked in 3 years.
Facts.
3 years. I recognize that guy. I know that guy. We've watched that guy for years. That guy has a Packers helmet on. If you just kind of squint your eyes and you block it out, you would not think that he was in Pittsburgh. You would think that he was in Green Bay, and he is throwing to Devontae or Jordy or Randall Cobb. He was happy last night. He was comfortable, and I don't think it's a coincidence. I don't know if Rodgers at this stage can play that September football with the big boys when it's all warm and we're going to throw 45 passes and I'm going to throw 4 touchdowns. I'm not sure he can do that. I know he can do this. I know he was 23 of 27 last night. That's the second highest completion percentage in his career. A career that's like 21 years long or something crazy like that. I recognize that Rodgers from years ago. And here's the other thing that Rodgers did last night. It wasn't just, every throw he's looking to the sideline, he's vibing with Tomlin. Like he was just, the whole body language was incredible. But here's the other thing he did. Rodgers is still a master of the media. And let's remember this year, guys, that he has not done the media. He doesn't do Pat McAfee. He doesn't do the sit-downs. He doesn't do this. Candidly, a couple of months ago, myself and the media group requested Aaron Rodgers, politely declined. He's not doing that stuff. But when it's time, he knows how to get the team going, and he knows how to drop a soundbite. And after that win last night, he did.
There's some cast-offs if you look at our roster, which makes it really special. Kenny Gainwell signed a next-to-nothing contract. Connor Hayward, an afterthought, had a touchdown run. Marquez been on a couple teams. Adam Thielen got cut. Samuel was on the street for a long time. So it says a lot about the character of the guys we brought in.
Do you consider yourself one of those cast-offs too?
No, I'm not a cast-off.
And I understand why he didn't want to include him with those guys, because those guys are lower end. They don't have all the money he has and all that stuff. But the fact is, Aaron, you are a cast-off. The Jets cut you. You are. It's a fact. You just didn't want to say it. But, guys, that's all totally deliberate, totally strategic. It's saying as we come down the stretch, here's our identity. We're going to play that underdog cast-off thing. We're going to be the ragtag group of guys that nobody wanted. It's very smart. Those guys will love hearing that. They will play their tails off for him. This team that I saw last night, I haven't said this in a long time, that team can win a playoff game. This whole mystery about Pittsburgh, how we never win playoff games, if they show up like that, with that quarterback playing like that, looking like that, talking like that, they can knock one of these teams off in the wild card round. It's the best I've seen them in 3 years. It's the best I've seen Pittsburgh all year. There's some juice right now for Pittsburgh. Play Renegade again, and don't boo it this time. I love it.
Kyle, it works, honestly, because at his age, mid-December, playing in weather like that, it's like just running and throwing in an ice bath. Like, that's just, you are constantly iced. You're like, there's no swelling. You're keeping everything minimum. Kyle, I got to ask you this. You keep saying this about Denver. Nobody wants to go to Mile High and have to play a playoff game. Are you saying that perhaps with a return of a TJ Watt to that defense, with the Steelers hosting a playoff game, I think you're adding Pittsburgh to a list of places that you would not want to go and play a playoff game in January?
Not the Pittsburgh team I saw last night. I mean, this isn't a crazy turnaround, guys. We were sitting here on this show a couple weeks ago. Be like, oh my God. You want a vibe check? They were like 32nd out of 32 teams a couple weeks ago after that game, after Buffalo. They turn it around completely. This is a massive flip. And again, it's coaching, it's Rodgers. And if they're coming out like that last night with a run game and Rodgers just doing the pick, no, of course you don't want to go there. It's going to be freezing. It's going to be miserable. And yes, Watt was not out there last night. He will be in the playoff game, hopefully. My opinion of the Steelers right now is very different than it was 24 hours ago. I was really impressed last night.
Well, listen, Steelers got to go to Detroit. Not a long trip, but next week. That is a defining game. December 21st, Steelers at Detroit. Manti, this is a Lions team that's licking their wounds after they played the Rams this week. What do you think that means for both of these teams?
They're licking their wounds, literally, Jamie, because when you talk about Aaron Rodgers and his ability to dissect a defense and you understanding who they have available to them, the Lions, defensively, it's not looking good for you if you have a very, very young secondary that's going against somebody that's seen everything. And now he's at that point where we talked about already in this show where he's getting comfortable. It's the best, to KB's point, it's the best we've seen him in 3 years. You don't want that matchup going into this so late into the season where it looked like the offense is starting to click defensively. If TJ Watt is able to come back, what that could look like. So this is one of those matchups that I think we're going to be tuned into.
Can't wait for the final couple weeks of the regular season. Moving on GMFB. Bye.